Hi, my name's Miss Martinez.
Hi, I'm Jenna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So first, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am in my fourth year at the University of Arizona. I'm currently double majoring in Spanish and Global Studies, and my emphasis is in human rights and social movements. So I really, really like that. I also have an internship with the Women's Resource Center, which I really enjoy, and I feel like I'm learning a lot about, women's rights and stuff like that. I try to work out here and there, and I like to spend time with my friends, and and listen to music and go out dancing and stuff like that. I like reading, so that's just kind of like a little overview.
So you're a student?
I am a student.
Okay, and so you're pretty busy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm really, really busy. Between being a full-time student and having an internship, and having to meet a certain amount of hours, it gets really busy.
What about family?
My family actually lives in Southern California, so they're not actually here, but they are a big part of my life. So I feel like, if I get the opportunity to go home and, whatnot, I like to, do that.
Okay, awesome. So you have family, but they're kind of far,
Yeah.
so you get to see them sometimes,
Mhm.
maybe on weekends.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what brings you in today?
Well, I just feel like with being a full-time student and having an internship and stuff, it becomes really, really difficult to find time to actually go to the gym and to eat well. So I've been talking to some people, and they suggested possibly coming in for someone to give me some suggestions on how I could do that a little bit better. And my parents are really in shape, and they eat really well and stuff, and so they've got it down. But they kind of thought that maybe this would be a good idea for me.
Okay, awesome. So you're looking to start eating better, and you are having a little bit of trouble doing that on your own. You thought maybe coming to see a nutrition counselor might help you get on that path.
Yes,
Awesome.
exactly.
So, is there anything you really want to focus on?
I think with eating, I feel like in general, cutting out processed foods, and I feel like I do that a lot. But sometimes if I have had a long day, it's a lot easier to go and get something that's really quick instead of actually preparing my own meals.
So it comes back to that you being busy, and
Yeah.
so sometimes your meals aren't as healthy as they could be because you have to get something quick or
Yeah,
on your way to or from classes, stuff like that. That's normal. I feel like that's a struggle a lot of people have. So, you said about cutting out processed foods. That's something you would like to do?
Yes.
And how would you go about that? Have you done that before?
I've attempted to do that before, and I actually have a little bit of a template for a little meal plan that I actually have, but it requires me to go and get groceries ahead of time and cook and consistently go to the grocery store throughout the week to be able to prepare meals, which is great in theory, but sometimes it's really hard to find time to actually prep meals for a week or to go to the store when I just have 5 million other things to do. So I think that in order for me to actually accomplish that goal, I'd really need to try to get my cooking done on the weekend or something like that, because I don't really have time during the week.
Okay, so you think maybe if you were able to do all your cooking on the weekends, it would be a little bit easier for you to meal prep and be able to eat healthy throughout the week?
Yeah, I think that might help.
Have you meal prepped before? Is that something you would like to?
No, but my parents have. So because I've been home and there's been meals there, so occasionally, if I'm home for vacation and stuff and they're doing that, then they'll kind of incorporate that into what the rest of the family is eating. So I know what I should be doing to a certain extent, including certain vegetables and types of rice and meat and stuff like that. But sometimes I feel like I go to the grocery store and it's oh, well, what should I actually be getting to put in, my little Tupperware.
Right, so you feel like you have some experience meal prepping because of your parents.
Yeah.
And so you know kind of what you need to be doing. It's just actually getting there and finding time to go grocery shopping and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
What times are best for you? Where do you have time in your schedule to go grocery shopping?
I feel like usually late evenings, and so I think that's the problem. I have really long days, and then by the time I'm getting home, I'm exhausted, and I have homework to do and stuff like that. So to go to the store is one thing, to be able to go to the store, but then to go to the store and then come home and try to cook a bunch of meals is really exhausting sometimes.
Right, it feels overwhelming.
Yeah,
so you don't know if you'll have enough time.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like maybe if I were able to prepare on the weekend and set a couple hours aside to go to the store, come home, and just really put that in my schedule as it's set in stone. Maybe that'll help me actually be consistent.
Right. So you feel like it's a little bit rough to really figure out when you have time to do all the planning and the shopping.
Yeah.
So you said evenings are probably best for you.
Yeah.
To go shopping, and then weekends would be best to meal prep.
Yeah.
So do you think you could find times on the weekends to go shopping and then meal prep?
Yeah, I think I probably could.
What times do you think?
I think Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would meal prep that day too?
Yeah, maybe go shopping, come home, get everything situated like what I want, get everything like prepared, and then actually cook, and then just put it away in the fridge. I just need to cut out that chunk of time.
Right. And you think you would meal prep for how long in advance?
Well, I think depending on how long I want the meat, I think it would depend on what I was using. But if I make all my chicken on Sunday, then I need to freeze half of it to be able to eat from Wednesday on, or I would have to buy meat Sunday, cook it until Wednesday, get more meat, and then cook that for the rest of the week. And that's kind of part of the problem is I get to the middle of the week and it's so hectic that I don't end up going back to the store.
Right. So having maybe not enough time in the middle of the week to do another meal prep.
Yeah,
so it might be easier to meal prep all for the whole week
and
in one
freeze,
time and freeze some of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That sounds like a good idea. Do you think that would be possible for you, or do you want to try that?
I do think that that's something I want to try, and it's something that I feel like I'm starting to get the motivation to be able to do. So I just think I need to it needs to be a priority, obviously, and so I feel like because I really want it to be a priority, that I'll be able to do it.
And what do you think would help you be able to get this done and reach your goal?
I think that I probably need to do better time management. And even though I already, have a planner and have everything set out, I need to just really make sure that I put a block of time to be able to do that, and then don't let any other commitments or anything come up, like any little pop-up things for my internship or classes, get in the way of that, and consistently say, well, no, I have a period of time where I need to be doing something.
Right. So your schedule sometimes is unpredictable and things pop up, but you want to be able to really cut out those extra little things and make sure you're getting what you planned done.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a way that something you use to help remind you of your schedule?
I have a planner. I make to-do lists every other day, and I have a whiteboard in my room. So my whiteboard, I have my monthly okay, I have a midterm on this day, kind of little details, or I have an appointment for this and that. And then in my planner, that's where I usually write the assignments that I do on the day and what the homework is. And then every other day I make a to-do list, which is basically okay, what do I need to be doing in today? What do I need to do tonight? What do I need to do tomorrow night? Whether that, and on those to-do lists, it'll be laundry, groceries, I need to do this assignment. These are the things that have to be done today.
Right.
So I've got a lot of things to try to help me plan.
Do you think that that mechanism works for you, or do you think it gets confusing at times?
I think it's working for me, and this is something that I've kind of started this semester. Really trying using the whiteboard, because I think in the past it was just a planner, and sometimes I didn't really fill it out consistently. So now that I have a calendar that I can actually switch out, every month, and I see it, when I'm going to bed, and it's literally right there. That helps me a lot to be able to visualize what I have for an entire month, and then with my planner for my academics specifically, academics and my internship stuff, and then having a to-do list of all the little other things that I kind of need to fit in with everything.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think having the planner helps. It's kind of like a backup. And then the whiteboard, I think you see it every day.
Exactly.
So it kind of reminds you, hey, I need to do this, or I have this to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So have you added already these things to your
I have not.
planners and whiteboards?
I have not. But that's something that I could do, to really sit down with myself and figure out when would be a good time and then actually write it in.
Right. So you think it would be you want to start writing it into your planner, writing it on your whiteboard?
I think if I start to write it down, then it becomes a little bit more concrete instead of it just being an idea. If it's on my calendar and it's, and I'm looking at it when I'm trying to plan something, then I automatically say, well, no, I actually have this. And then when something does come up that I'd rather do, I need to say, no, I need to be doing this because it's really good for my health and, my overall physical well-being.
Right. So you think that writing it down will help you really stick to your schedule and work towards those goals.
Yeah.
You also mentioned your health is that one of the reasons that you want to accomplish?
I think in general, whenever I'm eating healthier and I'm eating better, I feel a million times better. And so it's one of those things where I want to do it because it makes me feel really good, but then it also is like beneficial to make sure that like my body is functioning the way it's supposed to be because it's getting the nutrients it needs and like all of those things.
Right. So it helps you feel better just in general, and it also, you know that it's good for your health, so you really want to work towards that goal.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's a great plan. I think you should start writing it in on your whiteboard. Figure out a time, like you said, that works best for you, and work from there. Okay. Is there anything I could do to help you stick to your goals or plans?
I think this has been like a really helpful meeting. Just in general, getting to talk to someone about it and like kind of like work through my ideas and how like I should be directing like my moving forward like with this idea and stuff. So I think that that's like beneficial.
And do you think like meeting again would be helpful for you to like keep?
Yeah, I think it might be a good thing. Like, you know, it's kind of like a checkup almost. Like, okay, let's see what you're doing and if, you know, what you've been trying to do is actually working. So is actually writing it in my planner a good thing? And if it ends up being something where it's not working, maybe we can, you know, there's another way to really get me to actually, you know, stick with it and eat better.
Okay, awesome. So from what I understand so far, you really want to work towards eating better and maybe trying to meal prep more often.
Yeah.
Sticking to your schedule, that way you have time to meal prep.
Yes.
And go to the store and grocery shop.
Yeah.
And so you really want to start writing that in on your schedules and your whiteboard. That way you're reminded constantly, like, you know, stick to your schedule. Yeah. And so that way you get things done. And you feel that it's important not only for your health, but like your happiness and well-being.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. I think that's awesome. Is there anything else you want to talk about this session?
I also am trying to like get a little bit better at actually going to the gym consistently. So I don't know if that's something we could talk about as well.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, do you currently go to the gym?
I go to the gym here and there. I just haven't been going as frequently as I'd like to be going because I'm so busy and because I'm so tired. And so part of it is, you know, I stay up really late doing homework. And then if I want to go in the morning, I'm exhausted in the morning. I just don't have the energy to go. So I'm trying to, change my sleep schedule in order to, like, actually be able to go to the gym early in the morning. But I want to be able to, like, be consistently going, you know, weekly. And that being also a priority, just like eating. I just really need to, like, make it a priority.
Okay, so you really want to start working out and improving your health in that way. And you currently do go to the gym some, but just not as consistently as you would like to go.
Exactly.
And what's stopping you is the schooling and all your different appointments and meetings and classes. Yeah. So you said that maybe mornings are the best time for you to go to the gym?
I would like to be going to the gym early in the morning because it'll be the first thing I do when I wake up. And I just think it's done. Because I think sometimes when I go to school and I go to classes and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to work out when I get home and it's after dinner, it's after all of these things, I have less motivation then because it's like, well, I just feel tired and I like have this and that to do, so I feel like it's easier to make excuses when it's in the afternoon. Whereas if I were to wake up, you know, really early first thing, then it's done for the day. And then I continue on with my day and I don't have to worry about, okay, well, when am I going to fit that in?
Right, so you think that the mornings are the times that you're most motivated to go to the gym and get those things done, and you have more energy in the morning. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So you said you currently, when you go to the gym, is that usually in the morning?
When I've been going to the gym lately, it's been late at night, actually, but like after midnight, which also isn't very good because then I'm kind of wired and I can't go to sleep, and then I'm still tired in the morning.
So working out at night is kind of
I do that here
like a problem sometimes just because it keeps you up later and then you can't get up early.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think maybe how many days like out of the week do you want to reach for to exercise?
I would like to be at least working out like 6 days a week. So I'd like to strength train like 3 or 4 of the days, and then do cardio on the other.
Right. Do you think that's attainable for you, or?
I think that is something I definitely can do, but I think maybe starting out, it's like just getting up in the first place to do cardio or something like that, and then eventually working other things in.
Right. So you think maybe reaching for 6 days a week, all different training days, is a little bit much, like overwhelming. Maybe starting slower.
Yeah, or maybe every other day, or.
Right. So maybe like every other day you can go to the get up, go to the gym.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good goal to reach for also. So, would that be also something you would want to write down in your planner?
Probably. I feel like that's something that should be written down in my planner because it also becomes very concrete when it's written down.
On like a scale of like 1 to 10, where is like your exercise fall?
Right
like
now,
0 being not that important to you, 10 being very important?
I think right now with the way I've been exercising, it probably falls like maybe 5.
So currently it's
in
around
the middle,
like in
but
the middle.
I would like it
5.
to be much higher because I think it's going to help me manage my stress. It's going to help my mental well-being and my emotional well-being, as well as like there's a plus to obviously working out. It's really good for you, and it'll just make me feel a lot better.
So exercising is kind of like a stress reliever for you,
yes.
Something that helps you to de-stress and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you saying like maybe you want to start off slow, maybe like 3 days a week, getting up in the mornings to exercise before classes and before your day starts. Do you think that you'll start writing that in your planner, or do you think that's something you want to work on later?
I think that's something I would like to work on now. So I think I will start writing it down. Yeah.
And so, how do you feel? Like, how would you feel if you miss a day? Like, how does that make you feel?
I think it depends on the environment I'm in. When I'm at home and I'm with my family who consistently go to the gym, I go to the gym automatically with them because if they're going, I feel like, well, I should have gone, or, you know. But I think that when I'm on my own, sometimes it's easier to be like, well, you know, I have something else to do. So I think I try to be kind to myself if I don't go because I do have a lot going on, and those are those are important too. But I really think I need, you know, me eating well and going to the gym is a way of like putting myself first, and like it's a positive thing. So I think that it needs to be a lot more important, and I think that's something that needs to happen now. So I try not to make myself feel bad if I don't go. It's more of like, okay, I didn't go today, but tomorrow's a new day, and tomorrow's the day I go.
Right. So you feel like it's really important for you to go for your health and for just for feeling better. But if you don't have the opportunity to go that day or you get busy, it's not like
the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal for you.
Yeah.
And you were also saying that when you're with your family, they kind of motivate you to go to the gym more because they all go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe that's something you want to like use to help you become motivated?
Yeah, I definitely use my mom, who is a physical trainer. Like she in general helps me a lot with coming up with different ideas and ways to be like motivated. So I just think that that's like she's a good outlet for me and someone to like help me stay motivated to keep going.
Right. So your mom helps you to really motivate you and get you to go to the gym, and it makes you feel better in return to go to the gym.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I think those are great goals. I think you should start writing them in your planner. I think that'll really help you stick to your schedule. If there's anything I can do to help you remember, like send you reminders, or maybe you want to write it down. That way, next time you come in and meet, we can like assess.
And we can talk about it. Yeah.
Right. Assess, like write down maybe how it made you feel if you didn't go to the gym or why you didn't go.
Okay.
Maybe write down the reasons, like you didn't eat healthy because you had too much class and you had to get fast food that day, or maybe write down like, oh, I didn't work out today because I got too busy, or I didn't wake up on time, whatever the reasons are, and then we can discuss that next time and maybe find out some more ways that we can help you reach those goals.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Nice to meet you.